The battle between you and Giselle.
So if you notice in this moment, I'm still trying to regain my composure.
Yes.
So it was kind of like, then I sat back into it. So in my head, I was kind of like, okay, here we go. Like, let's go.
Did you feel her
Um,
tap tap? Did you feel
I,
her tap tap?
did I feel that she tapped the hell out of me? Of course. But it was really, what kept going through my head was me hearing Jack say Giselle wants Jacen. So
Mm.
when she looked me up and down, it was kind of like, you don't ever want it.
Yeah.
You don't ever. But I'm gonna also be honest. When she said to me, "I want it," I got so much life. I was like, "Yes, she wants it."
Yes, yes. And then it goes back to what Mia was just saying. Something about your competitors just gets you up. Like it just re-energizes you. Like because you're on that
Mhm.
same level, you're like, okay, well, oh girl, look, I'm gonna match you where you're at, you know? And I
And
love to see that.
and even when it came down to the votes, like Giselle didn't sweep me. I still
Yeah.
had like four. I think it was 4 or 5, and she had 6 or something like that. But it was still tight at the bottom panel.
Hmm.
Um,
What was
and then
going through your
after
head?
this,
What was mentally, what was you thinking? Or
um,
could you even like were you just blanked out?
I blanked out. But again, in my mind, it was more or less if she did win over me, I did what needed to be done. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I thought about the face cards after this, I was like, but wait a minute, I have the most face cards.
Because at this
So
point, how many face cards did you have?
I had 3. At that
Okay.
point, I had 3 because Whitney was the third person that I won over. So it was kind of like, wait a minute, I got the most face cards. So I'm not out. So when I was standing there, Caesar had looked at me and said, "How many face cards do you have?" I said, "I got the most still." And he was like, "Oh, so you're still in it?" And I was
Mm.
like, "Oh, okay." And I remember him saying to me, he said, "You're probably going to end up battling Giselle again. What are you going to do different?" And I was like, "What am I going to do
Oh,
different?"
we're gonna get into the second battle. We're gonna get into this last battle. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get into it, and I want your opinion on what Caesar told you. But so with this, Giselle had two face cards at the end of this battle, or three.
hmm She had 2.
She
This
had
was her
two
second face card.
at the end of this
Yeah, she had
battle.
just got her
She
second
just
with
got her
Jason.
second face card
After
Absolutely, yeah.
this battle,
after this battle.
Hmm.
Yeah,
and then you already had three.
I already had 3. Yeah,
So you guys were the top contenders for the most face cards at the end of
the
the
night,
battling.
the battling. Yeah,
Okay. So now,
because technically speaking, if I would have beat Giselle here, there would have been no reason to battle Stasha because I would have won. Because it was the person with the most face cards. I would have had 4. So there was nothing that nobody could have did that would have won over me because I had 4 face cards.
but no, because at the
Oh
end of
no,
the
because
because
yeah,
at
at
the
the
end of the
end,
day, you still have to battle the person with the most face cards. You see what I'm saying? So technically, even if you would have gotten the fourth card, you still would have had to battle who. And let's just say the person got one face card, you still would have had to battle. You see how that kind of just didn't. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
because if the same rules applies for you with the last battle, it should apply to everyone else
does
with
everyone else right, right,
right.
right.
See what I'm saying? So technically, yeah, you would have had to still have battled somebody else. Let's get into the final battle, where a lot of people had a lot of things to say about, and I want your thoughts mentally of what you were going through and how it all transpired. The final battle for the $25,000 between you and Giselle.
I'm thinking about what Caesar had just said to me, and in my head, I know that I battled her last time kind of aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that battling a boy is different than battling a girl.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of like slow down my cell.
Mm.
But then I was over it because I said the DJ tried me. Why would he play Sade?
Mm.
Like this is a fucking
It was
performer.
it was a
Like
femme
why would you
song, yeah.
why would you do that? But for me, I tapped in, and I just got lost in the song. No matter what, I wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
So wait. Before you go on, because I need to say this. When that Sade song came on, I was right behind. Look behind. I was behind. Exotic had came, and Exotic was like, "Oh, I don't know why they put Sade on, because baby, she about to eat her up real quick on this song."
Oh, he said
And I was like,
that?
Yes, Exotic said that.
Woo!
So it's crazy that Jacen, that you say this now, because Exotic was like, "Oh baby," and they pushed her down. Oh, she about to eat this beat up real quick. Cause this her beat. She about to eat her up. And I was like, "Baby, please," like and then we were just because me and Exotic now are in the back like trying to root, bitch,
Yeah,
for who.
yeah, for sure. It was
Because
definitely
Exotic's like, "Bitch, if my girl wins, I go home with that 10." I'm like, "If my boy wins, I go home with that 10."
right. But this was such a good battle to me, though. It was
It
because
was.
it was a different rhythm. It was a different mode, and it was a different
It was a
feeling.
different panel. It was
Mm.
a different
No,
panel.
no, no. I'm talking about just the sellage of
The
how
sellage, yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
first time you
everything.
guys battled till the second time you got it was a different feeling. And what was you go what was going through your head?
So like
Just
even like when the Sade song was playing in my head, I was just like, damn, she's a fucking performer. Like, but fuck it, Jacen. Just you still have to commit. You got to give it all you got.
yeah.
So all I kept saying is slow down. Don't be aggressive. Don't even pay her no mind. Like really just get lost in the music. Get lost in the essence of selling it. You know, I think that throughout my battles, I had looked very like an attitude. Like it was stone cold face with an attitude. I wanted to make sure that I smiled because I know I have a nice smile. So I wanted to make sure that I smiled because if you notice, I realized with Giselle in these moments, she wasn't really smiling at all.
Mm,
So it was like if I smile, show my teeth, smile, like you know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
softens, like it doesn't make my face look so strong and like I'm like look so mean.
Hmm.
So all that was going
Hmm.
through my head. Plus in that moment, I was like, you know, bitch, can't nobody tell me nothing. I look fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
And I was feeling cunt because I had that little nail.
That nail was going. That
Didn't
nail
we
was
say the
going.
stiletto? He had the stiletto
Yeah.
nail.
And did you feel the presence though? Like did you feel that Giselle was like, okay, she was, or were you like just this is mine?
To be honest, I was so engulfed in myself. Giselle didn't even matter to me.
Mm, okay.
Like I was just so in me. Like she was there, but I mean, I ain't pay her no mind. Like, it was just really about me.
Yeah. As it should be though. As it should be. Oof, Jesus. This was such a good treat though. It was such
No, it was,
It was.
it
They
just
looked
made
so
ballroom
stunning, both of
fun.
them.
It made ballroom
and
fun. It was so
the part
good.
that I hated
Who
in
would
this
you have
moment.
given it to, Nadia?
Who would I have given it to? To be honest with you, I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna use this as an example
Yeah.
with ballroom. To me, I feel like obviously face, I mean skin, teeth, nose, eyes, structure,
Yeah.
elements of face. When people walk balls and they have that je ne sais quoi and they have that ballroom attitude, the elements become so much more powerful. And it makes you be
Yeah.
like, okay, it makes me want to give it to you. I'm going to give you an example with Lola. Lola has face, right? But the thing about it is that night when she won against Lena, to me, I think Layla is undoubtedly she don't need to do anything. She just face. But Lena doesn't have that je ne sais quoi ballroom attitude that Lola had that particular night. You see what
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was kind of like you had that, Jacen, in my opinion. In my opinion, you sold the heels off of my size 6.5 women's foot. Okay, so you took that
Contra.
from me. Like it was no shade. You made me, and I was just like, because you got me up. Granted, Giselle got me up too. She does. Like to me, I think
Hmm.
Mhm.
Giselle is the girl of this season, and it's
Yes, she
no
is.
shade. That's
No
just
shade.
what it
Yeah.
is. No, it's going to be a very hard situation to get past Miss Giselle, and that's just what it is. Yes, people might say, yes, she does the same looks. Yes, she always just does the same hairstyle. Yes, it's going to be the crown. But at the end of the day, I mean, stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to, girl, because at the end of the day, if it's a winning
Rivers.
look, it's a winning look, and it is what it is. So, girl, I
Yes.
mean, if the girls can give you something to go up or do it. So at the end of the day, to me, Jacen, I would have given you that vote because not because I'm interviewing you, not because I've known you for such a long time. It's only because you have all the elements of face, but you had the essence of ballroom as well that got me up more. Because Giselle was in her ballroom mode, but I just think that she was playing off of you versus you playing off of her.
I
Right.
also
You
think
see
that
what I'm
like
saying?
Jacen,
Hmm.
I think it was in that moment she was playing off of Jacen.
Yeah.
But I also think Jacen sold every element of face. And if you look back at that video, right, Giselle did everything. She was stunning. She was oozing.
Hmm. Yeah.
But she didn't sell every element of face. She
Yeah.
didn't smile.
But
She
but
didn't show her
but
teeth.
but, but I will
Not one
say,
time.
but I will say, if we're
Jason showed every element. So that, I mean, little things like that. I think what
yeah,
the judges are looking
a
at, they're
hundred
probably like,
percent,
oh,
because at the end,
Jason smiled and he looked right at the light and was
it
like,
was over that night. There was nothing that you could tell Jacen that that wasn't his money. He smelt it, he felt it. It was already in his account. He put it in the atmosphere. This was going to be his and your guys' money. There was nothing. It was almost like when I even told Lola, I was like, that night it was destined for you to win because you knew it, you felt it, and it was everything aligned for you. It was almost like how
yeah,
everything aligned for you guys that night. That's just what it was. Now, if I'm being a real bitch about it, if I had to put your guys' faces on on a platter, and I would say which one I'm going to give it to, I'm going to go for Miss Giselle, because to me, Giselle has mug out the back door. She don't have to do nothing besides stare and look at you. But it's the essence of where you clicked out, Jacen, is where you made me know it more. And I think when you saying I want it and she's saying I want it too, she was to me feeding off of you versus you feeding off of her. And I think that's where I go, okay, okay, girl, like, okay. And don't get me wrong, I think she, like, I think you said it too earlier in the interview, Jacen, that you kind of sparked something up into her. Like
Yeah.
you sparked,
It's like
we
I feel
seen
like
more of her challenging. She was challenged more by you compared to any other girl that she's probably battled. You see what
because I
I'm
think that too. She's never battled a boy,
saying?
and then like not even to be funny, I'm not like I ain't the typical boy because I think
Yeah.
I'm a film queen.
No, no, right. But that's what works. That's what works.
Right.
yeah.
That's what
Right.
works.
But I just hated that the aftermath of it all because again, I think with Giselle coming from the pageant world and entering ballroom, she's been very successful in the pageant world. She has a
Hmm.
very strong pageant following. Trust me, they've been in my
Deserving, a
DMs.
deserving, a
Deserving,
deserving. Yeah. Uh
deserving,
huh.
deserving. Yes. Um, so I understand that Giselle has her that she has her favorites. I have my favorites. I
Yeah.
get it. I
Yeah.
totally get it. But even to try to make it a Jason versus Giselle thing, like please, never. I love Giselle. Like
The thing about it is,
never.
it's really never even the people that are competing. It's always everybody
Yeah.
else. It's always, and that's why to me, let's just keep it real. Meah, I'm sure you know this too. You the butch queens and Pete and even some of the femme queens will try to pin the femme queens against each other because they like
Hmm.
all that extra stuff. And even the butch queens, and even the
Absolutely.
butch queens, it's always
We
everybody else, not even the girls that are actually walking the ball. Think about that.
we talked about this right, Nadia, a couple months ago at
Yes.
Google. All the Butch Queen faces that kind of got together, and we were like having a conversation on our lived experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important for people to understand that for years, people walk around hating each other, not speaking, throwing shade in the club, all because of what, yo? For nothing.
Nothing.
For
For
nothing.
For
nothing.
naysayers.
Like leave that shit on the ballroom floor, and when you get off the ballroom floor, leave it there. Like
Now,
leave it
I
there.
will say this. Some people do have personal issues with others that
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
transpire.
yeah.
So we can, and then it comes onto the runway, and
Yeah.
that's why hits the fan on another
Yeah.
level.
That's
But I
true.
think for us, like for me, like right now, I could talk and say my, oh, this again, or this one did that, or this one
Mm-hmm.
had too much bruise, or too much this, that one hurt, or my effect was the best, whatever. But after it's all said and done, like I don't hate you, or I
Yeah.
don't. I'm not jealous of you. I don't envy you. I don't wish nothing bad upon you. That's not my heart. If anyone knows me personally, knows that I am the sweetest, nicest, most genuine, giving person that they'll probably ever meet in their life.
Right.
Honestly,
No, yeah.
I don't. I don't wish bad upon nobody. And so for me, that's the competitive spirit in all of us. I think that we
Mm-hmm.
might say stuff, and so people take that one or two little things that we say and they take it up a notch.
Yeah.
and
No, yeah,
And I
it's
that's
also
true.
want
my
to say too that people like going back to what you were saying earlier,
yeah.
Nadia. People with the comments about makeup and
Mm.
alterations.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on that floor had makeup on. Everybody on that floor
Yeah,
had
nobody.
some type of cosmetic something. Okay.
So why do they pinpoint you out?
There was a lot of facial femmes on
It was
that
a lot of
runway,
facial films
honey.
on that floor.
I
It
know,
was a lot of
but
celebrities.
why do they pinpoint you out though? Like,
I think that because, oops, sorry, because on my social media, I'm always transparent about what I do and how I maintain myself, right?
mm-hmm,
But the interesting part is if you look on my Instagram, I didn't go get fillers until after the ball.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was after the ball that I went
Right,
and got the, like,
right.
I got my Botox before the ball, of course,
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted my forehead tight. But all the other stuff was after the ball, and I posted it on social media. And here's my thing, too. If I decide to do it, who gives a
Listen, that I mean, I always say it. I always like I mean, to me, if it enhances and it makes you feel good, makes you look good, I say go ahead and do it. To me, I don't have a problem with butch queens, especially femme queens, or even women getting whatever they need to do. Like do it. It is what it is. Hell,
and
even
we come
trans
from this
men.
era. We
Like
come
going
from this.
ahead.
We come from
Yeah,
this era that people, don't know. But a lot of them, and I'm not gonna call nobody out. A lot of them from back in the day have silicone in their face that are bush queens that walk face. They
Talk
have
about
nose
it.
jobs.
Yes, exactly.
Come on, like
Yes,
stop
yes,
it. It's not even
yes.
that deep.
It's
This
really not.
argument over natural. I'm natural. I'm natural.
Mm.
Shut up. No, you ain't.
but Jason, who said that?
Huh?
Listen,
Who said that?
Uh,
Who said that
uh,
you're
just the
natural?
naysayers. Let's just say
just a name.
everyone has something to everyone. Me, everyone has something to say. But you know what?
Jason told me.
Right. No, but honestly, like, don't get me wrong. We even love the
Yeah,
naysayers. Shout outs to you
yeah,
guys. You guys keep ballroom fuel, to be honest with you. Like, we love all of that. We love all the kaslama. We love all the drama. We like all the isms. We like all the talking and stuff. It doesn't affect me. Thank God it doesn't affect Jason, doesn't affect Meah, and
no,
whoever else is walking, don't
it
let it
doesn't.
affect you neither because that's what comes with the territory. It is what it is. You're not going to stop it
Absolutely.
ever. I want to say congratulations to both of you guys on winning $25,000 at the Coldest Winter Ever Ball, the most grand prize category that has been given away, correct?
Correct.
So as
Correct.
of March 2024, because you don't know what's going to happen in July, okay?
I know.
But as of right now, the most grand prize category that has ever been given away. So congratulations to both of you guys. I did want to
Thank you.
ask you guys, how did you guys split it 15, 10, or how did you guys split the money? Honestly.
1510.
Okay,
1510.
okay, all right,
Yeah, yeah,
15, 10. And what
Mm.
did
Uh-huh.
what are you guys spending it on, or if you guys spent it already?
For me, I'm giving my 10 to my mom
Mm,
because she's getting new teeth done
okay.
for bottom and top. And we just, so I like her deposit. That's like basically her deposit for her teeth. So my money went to her.
Oh,
And then
that's so nice. That's awesome.
and then me
Yeah, I didn't even go to nothing for me because, it was,
and
That's
and then
awesome.
me, it was time to get a new car. So
Okay.
it was time to switch my Mercedes out and get me a new Mercedes. So
Okay, I know that's right. I know that's right. So that's awesome. You guys did good with the money. So again, this concludes this interview. Thank you guys so much for being
before you
transparent.
conclude it,
thank
can I
you.
say something to you?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Because I was wondering who was going to talk about the category in a positive way.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, we had
Thank
to
you.
do that. We had to break it down to just get to the nitty gritty of stuff, not all of the
Yeah,
drama, not all of the, all of the extra stuff. Yes, we talked about it for a little segment, but at the end of the day, it was more important to see how it all transpired from beginning to end. And that was the most beautiful part about it. And I wanted to especially include Meah into this because A, she's a femme queen sister of mine. I'm happy that you're out now. You're
thank
flourishing.
you.
You're vibrant. You're amazing, Miss Meah. And people should be looking forward to you shutting down the runways to a city near you, Miss Meah. Don't let up off these girls. Do not. This is your time, girl. Do it. Do it, do it, do
Cheyenne.
it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my channel. I'm sure everyone out there is going to love this interview. So thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you for having us.
Mwah.
Yes, thank you.